I grew up in a small little town in Canada, and I spent many hours in the kitchen trying to perfect my signature dish, which was macaroni and cheese out of a box and a can of baked beans. And to me, this was culinary delight. I just loved it. As I got older, they opened up a little coffee shop in town, and it was my absolute favorite place to go. And it was like a second home. It was called Cappuccino's. And without a doubt, all my friends and I knew that we were heading there every spare second that we had. And some of the best memories I have were us sitting there with a hot drink and a little bit of food, and we would just have the most amazing conversations and make these connections that you didn't really seem to make otherwise. I don't know, I can't explain it, but it was kind of like a second home. When I moved out of home and got my own house, I started having a lot of people over. I loved having little parties and, you know, picnics and Christmases, and everybody would come over, and I noticed that people were making these connections like perhaps they wouldn't have otherwise, and they were laughing and having a good time, and that made me so happy. I just loved it. And over all this time, I kind of really questioned quite constantly what my purpose was in life. There was a lot of things that I really enjoyed doing. I did a lot of different jobs. I was a gardener for a while. I was a barista. I did music. What else did I do? I was a baker even just for a week because I couldn't handle it. I wasn't good at the maths, trying to figure out how much needed to go. Anyhow. And now I'm doing nursing. And sometimes I wonder, what in the world? Like, which way am I kind of meant to be going? But when I look at it, there's really a common thread through all these things, and it's kind of about making people feel better. And to me, that's what I know is important to me, and that's my passion. I feel like there's a problem these days in the way that people just aren't making connections anymore. And I've lived in London for about 5 years now, or around London. And I've never found it so hard in my life to make meaningful connections with people. And I'm not totally sure why this is. But me and Joelle a few years ago started talking about this. And we started thinking, you know, what is our role in this? How can we make this different and kind of be a little bit more proactive and better? Like, what's our place here? And one thing that we really noticed was, especially in churches, is that people tend to really overcomplicate Jesus. And that's not the case at all, because it was so simple. Jesus was about love and companionship and, you know, getting together with a bunch of mates and having supper, you know. You know, what's wrong with being as simple as opening your home to people and, you know, being cool, having a laugh, making some food, and it just, you know, giving of yourself and, you know, taking that time to do it. So I feel if through what I do with the cooking and whatever else, you know, if I can make even a small difference with a few people, that's really worth it to me.